Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. This is Jasmine. This is another World's Prediction video. This one's going to be kind of short, really quick, as I have to go, but I want to touch base on a subject that Trump has been talking about. Now, this is about deportation of the immigrants. So lately he's been talking about not just deporting the illegal immigrants, but he's also talking about deporting American citizens. And a lot of the people that are already been caught by ICE and they're in detention centers are American citizens, because they're going by just your look, okay? These people look Hispanic. They come in, break into your home or your business or wherever you're working at. They deport you. They grab you. They nab you. This is basically kidnapping. So they're keeping them in like detention centers. But what I see is that they're not giving them enough water and food. The people inside of these detention centers are actually fighting each other for the little water that they have and the little food that they have. But okay, sorry, my phone was kind of messing up. So Trump is coming off as the Seven of Swords. This is someone that's sneaky, okay? So he, in the beginning, you know, when he was running for presidency and all that, he came off as, oh, I'm going to make America great. This is at Trump, okay? And remember, y'all, everything I say here is alleged, comes from the cards, my spirit guides, are not for me, okay? And that's just something I have to say due to YouTube rules, so everything is alleged. But Trump always has a sword energy. When he comes up as a sword energy, which is not a good energy. Sword energy is cutting, confining, restricting, you know, things like that. So this is a sneaky card, someone that promises all kinds of things. Okay, so this person is promising, he came in as promising making America great, we're going to take back our country, all this kind of stuff. But he doesn't deliver, okay? Yellow represents all good things coming in, all good news, good things, brand new day, okay, by the person that's promising it. Okay, but now look at his feet. He's tiptoeing. He's looking over his shoulder to make sure that no one saw him stealing these swords. These swords are the energy of people, of things that he promised that he's not going to deliver. His feet are not firmly planted on the ground, which in tarot represents he's lying, not telling the truth. Okay. Two swords left behind are evidence. Okay, so what's the evidence? The evidence is what he's doing now. The tens in the background represent masses of people. Okay. So, you know, he was fooling masses of people. They were believing, you know, what he was saying in the past. That's why they voted for him. But now the truth has come out, because these two swords also represent truths coming out. So now he's showing his true colors on the second term. You know, I predicted months, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that he would win the second presidency. Okay, and he did. Okay, but then I also, in those videos that I predicted, I said that he would cause mass destruction, you know, to our country, which is happening now. Okay, so because of him, we've had nothing but tower moments. We've had the riots. We've had just all kinds of things that he's been doing, which is a complete, I'm saying a complete surprise to people, but it doesn't surprise me. You know, this man is not of God, allegedly. This man is not a Christian, allegedly, in my eyes, because people that are Christians and of God would not do the things that he's doing. Now, here's what I see. By the end of the year and into next year, ICE is going to be in full force more over the police. He's going to make them so powerful that they're going to have more power than the police have, which is going to be a horrible, bad thing, because they're doing some terrible stuff. Not even the police are doing what they're doing. I was watching a video where they went to a house, a person's house, and broke down the whole garage door. They kicked it and hit it and just broke the whole thing down. Not even the police do that, unless you're like just a wanted criminal. And these people weren't even wanted. They were just Hispanic. So they're doing so much stuff that is just unbelievable, So his idea now is that not only does he want to deport the illegal immigrants, he wants to deport American citizens. Okay. So he says in one video, he says, there's bad people here too that were actually born here, but they're bad, so let's deport them too. And they're American citizens. If you were born here, you're automatic an American citizen. Okay. So why not let's deport his wife back? She wasn't born here. Let's deport his family back. But this is his next idea, and I do see it coming to pass. I do see this is a transformation, but this isn't a good transformation. This card usually represents transformation, and it can go either one way or the other. It can go into a good transformation or a bad one. It just depends on the situation around you. These cards have many, many meanings, but they go according to your situation or the situation at hand, and then you go from there. Okay, so the situation at hand is, the deportation. Okay, so I see masses of people being deported that are American citizens, and they're going to start doing that into the next year. I see that they're just going to start grabbing and nabbing everybody and anybody that doesn't look white. I'm sorry if some of that upsets some people, but that's what they're going to do. Whether you're black, Hispanic, Asian, and I'm telling you people right now, you better get ready. Because if you're not white, you're about to get deported. If they grab you and nab you, it's going to be more of like just kidnappings. They grab you, nab you, and you're gone. So where are they going to deport these people to? If they're citizens, they don't have a natural country to go to. So where is he going to take them? And this is where the problem comes. A lot of them are just going to get dumped in a different countries that they've never been to, countries that they don't know, or dumped at these warehouses where they're keeping them prisoners like animals. Then you never see these people again. Your family can be nabbed and you would never know about it. You would never hear about it. You just know that your family member disappeared, never knew what happened to them. And that's what I see coming. There's going to be a lot of that. A lot of people are saying, well, my father's missing, my relative is missing. What happened to them? Okay, it's because they most likely got nabbed by ICE and they're being detained somewhere or got dumped in another country that they know nothing of, and you'll never hear from them again. This is going to be a mass thing that happens pretty soon. So everybody get ready, because you're not safe anymore. From ICE, you're not safe. Okay. Now, with the thing with President, I do see something, like I predicted this again 4 years ago. I see something coming to him, whether it be the impeachment, his demise, or somebody taking him out, or maybe due to his own health, because his health is not good. There's something wrong with him in his health that he's not really aware of. He's been kind of sick on and off, back and forth, but he doesn't really touch base on it. So he not really aware of, his health problems. Now, he could have a massive heart attack, or he could just become ill and then, meet his demise, or someone can take him out. I'm surprised nobody has taken him out yet. That's the thing I'm shocked at. All right, and don't think a lot of people don't want to, because I know they do. I'm just shocked that they haven't attempted it, allegedly. Now, because once people start getting wind of this news of being deported, even if you're an American citizen, a lot of people will be trying to flee. This is someone fleeing from the imprisonment. They feel imprisoned, confined, restricted. A lot of turbulence where they're at. So the person grabs their family and they get on the boat and they're leaving, trying to find smoother waters. So a lot of people will start fleeing our country, actually, trying to go into a new country, maybe Canada, or, just a different country. I do see a rise in Africa. Okay, now, Africa is mad. They're upset. But I see them coming together, and there's going to be some kind of rise in them where they're going to try to fight back against Trump. So that's coming. That's a whole nother video. But I do see a rise in Africa where you're going to be hearing more and more about, them being upset, and they're going to maybe not necessarily start a war, but there's something that's coming up with them. But a lot of people will be fleeing, trying to hide, trying to run, and stuff like that. So, and there'll be cause a lot of sadness. This is when you lose your family member, or when you lose a love, because cups are love. When you lose a family member or something you loved, this man is standing here sad, depressed. That's why he's wearing black, man or woman, could be man or woman, laying here sad, depressed. Okay, what happened to my family member? Where are they at? I can't find them. So there'll be a lot of that. There'll be a mass of that, mass of depression. So I see that as the energy of the situation. It's going to be a huge energy of it, to where people will be, just sadness and wondering what happened. And so you're not safe anymore. Not safe anymore. I'm not Hispanic or of Hispanic origin, but I look Hispanic. Or maybe they think I might look Hispanic. And that's a huge worry. Even if you look black with a little bit of Mexican or Cuban or Puerto Rican, they will deport you. This is what I'm seeing that's coming. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself a black person or consider yourself Native American or Asian. They're going to want to deport you. So they go by, ICE is going by how you look. Okay, they're not. If you're not white, then you're going to be deported. Okay, plain and simple. I'm sorry if that bothers people that I say that, but I'm only going to speak the truth here. I'm never going to tell you anything that isn't true or that I don't see, the Spirit doesn't give me. I'm a real psychic medium. I don't just read the cards. I tell you what I see and what Spirit has given to me. Now, I've been seeing visions of Trump in a fire. Okay, so what I think that Spirit is showing me is when he crosses over to the other side, he most definitely, I don't see him in heaven. Okay, I see him in a fire. I see him, I see his face red, and then I see flames all around him, and then he's saying either help or yelling or something like that. And I see that over and over for him. So I don't think that his name is in the book of life. When you pass away and cross over, and when you meet Judgment Day, your name has to be written in the book of life, or else you don't go to heaven. You get thrown someplace else. Now, a lot of people might not agree with this. I don't care if you agree, if you don't agree. I'm going to tell you what I see. Okay. Maybe some of you need to pick up a Bible. Maybe some of you need to read the Word, okay? Because we're already there. We're already in the Great Tribulation. We're already at the point to where you need to decide what kind of person you want to be if you want, when you do cross over, because everyone's going to get there. It doesn't matter who you are in this lifetime. Your fate is already written on the other side. So you have a chance to redeem yourself. If you're doing bad things to people or bad things ever, you have a chance to redeem yourself. If you don't, then you're going to face terrible consequences. All right? You can't escape that. Nobody can escape that. Whether you believe in it or don't believe in it, you're not going to escape that. You can't escape karma. You can't escape none of that. Okay? So maybe some of you that don't believe in God or don't, read the Word, the Scripture, you're just living of the earth. Maybe it's time you pick up a scripture and read it. There's a lot there. There's a lot there for you to learn, and a lot there for you to know, and actually in how to defend yourself when this stuff comes in. God promises to keep his people safe. Okay, who are his people? It's the people that believe in him, that read the Word every day, that don't do wrong to others. It's the people that follow him, follow his example, follow his divine love. If you're out there trolling, making people mad, if you're out there stealing, robbing, whatever it is that you're doing, you're not following God's love. You're not his people. You're not one of the ones that's going to get, saved. You're going to end up staying here with Satan. Sorry to tell you that, but that's the truth. Now, again, I'm touching base on the people that get deported. They're locked up. They have a lot of fear. This is actually the card of fear, fear, fear. That's what it's called in the tarot. This is the Eight of Swords, the person is tied up, bounded. They can't see their future because they're blindfolded. So what that represents is that since they're in this position, they don't know what the future is. Am I going to go home? Am I not going to go home? Am I going to get free? I'm locked up, mental imprisonment, physical imprisonment, no money because now I'm locked up, so I can't work. I got no money. So barefoot always represents poverty. Okay. So this is how a lot of people are going to be, lots of people. I'm seeing more and more and more, and by the thousands, American citizens that he's going to nab. ICE is going to become so big and so powerful that that's already destructive, but it's going to be even bigger destruction. The way they are now, then they're going to be empowered by more power, so they're going to be even worse. They're going to act worse and do worse things. It's going to be massive. But because of that, when he starts deporting American citizens, there'll be another uprising, more riots. It's going to become the biggest civil war that you'll ever see in American history. Okay? It's going to be bad. It's going to be huge. Now, talking about wars and all that, yes, we're going to have a nuclear threat like I've predicted months and months ago. The cities that will be hit will be Los Angeles, California, New York, Washington, D.C. will be the first ones hit. They might be hit at the same time or separately, but there is something coming. Whether it be a small little hit or a big hit, there's something most definitely coming. So that's something y'all need to prepare for. I've warned y'all many, many times in other videos about this. So be careful. Now, to touch base on the Diddy thing, because somebody asked me about that. In the very first video I made, I got the 10 of Swords. And I said he would either spend 5 to 10 years in prison because I got the 10 of Swords. But he wasn't getting out. Okay, just because he was acquitted of the RICO doesn't mean he's not going to prison. He's still got prison time coming. It might not be forever. But for people that are saying, oh, he's free and he's not free. Okay, he's not free. He might be acquitted of some things, which I already kind of see that coming. But that doesn't mean he's not going to spend time in jail for other stuff. Okay, this man is already marked. Okay, because he's got karma that he's paying back already. Okay, so he's already marked. And if he were to walk free today, he's going back in. Okay, he would go right back in because karma's already marked him. And I said this in another video. He's not free anymore. His soul, what I mean by that is his soul's not free anymore. He's marked for karma. So if he were to walk today, in a few months he would be back in, or in a few years he would be back in, because he's going to keep doing stuff to get him back in. You know why? Because he can't help himself. He thinks that he's bigger than God, okay? Anytime you get in a position of power and think that you're bigger than God, God's going to humble you down. You cannot be bigger than him. And this is what's going to happen to Trump. Trump the other day said, I'm president, I can do whatever I want to, blah, 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 blah. So you think you can, okay? But God is the Most High, and he has the final say-so. You can do whatever you want and say whatever you want. But God has the final say-so over you and your life. And that's to everybody that's listening. God has the final say-so. Things can appear a certain way. Oh, he's free and he's doing this, that. But no, God's watching everything. You can be free for a little while or walk away here or do like what Trump's doing for a little while. But don't think God isn't going to come, and he comes swiftly. Okay? He's in control of everything. Things happen for a reason. Okay? If Diddy were to walk free, which wouldn't surprise me, but he would still go back in, okay? He would eventually do something to bring him back in. He is going to spend some time in jail, in prison. They denied his bail. So what does that tell you right there? He's not getting out right now, okay? He's not getting out. Just like I said, he's not getting out. In one of my videos, I said he's not getting out, okay? He's not getting out. At the most, he will spend 5 to 10 years in prison. Right now, for being acquitted, he will spend about 5, maybe less if he acts on good behavior, or, if someone comes up with some kind of diabolical plan, he could get out in 2 to 4 years. But at the most, they'll give him 10 for, the stuff that he was found guilty of. And whether he walks free or not, his soul's already condemned. It's already condemned. There's no turning back for him, because he hasn't even admitted the wrong that he's done. You know, he might say, oh, I'm sorry, I acted this way. No, all that is fake. Okay. He's still fighting for his freedom, fighting for, I did not do this, I'm innocent, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what do you think God's going to do to you? You know, that would be better for him if he wants to have a good life or the rest of his life and make it to the other side instead of burning in eternity. Maybe he needs to start, realizing his wrongs, but that's not something he's ever going to do, because he's the great Diddy and he does no wrong. Okay. But in God's eyes, he's already done wrong. He's already got his karma that he's going to pay back, and it's going to keep coming around and around and around for him. Whether he gets free, whether he doesn't get free, he's going to have to keep paying what he's done. He's hurt many, allegedly, he's hurt many people that he still has to pay that back, whether it's paid back publicly where you see it, or secretly how God pays you back. God pays people back secretly too, through karma. A lot of times you don't see what happens to people, when he pays you back. But believe me, you get your payback. And that's to anybody. That's to anybody that's out there doing wrong, causing harm, hurt to people. You got karma. You got karma. So do as you will. Okay? If you don't want to do God's will and you want to do your will, then you got karma to pay. Plain and simple. All right, y'all, I'm going to go because I have things to do. Thanks for watching. This was going to be short, but it's turning into a longer video. And we'll see what happens next. This is your world predictions for the immigration and things to come. All right. Don't forget to watch the shorts. I post shorts every day. That's where all your zodiac signs are. And read the post also. Thanks for watching. And if you want a personal reading, text me and I'll get back at you. See you next time. Bye-bye.